It is 1 o'clock, the top of the hour, and this is Frank from beautiful Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, with a palm tree out the window just so that you could see um, what it's like down here in beautiful Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Um, I just want to say that the year 2021 is going to be a really fabulous year. We are still facing COVID 19, of course, but there are going to be many, many wonderful opportunities to work from home and to help other people work from home. And there'll be many, many people that are looking for some kind of work. And that means every single webinar from now on, you are going to want to bring somebody on board with you because those people may be excited and they may want to sign up as an agent themselves, and then you can build a team. Now, I hate that bad things happen to good people, but they do. And I just want everyone to know that this year is going to be a fabulous year because we have so many really great programs that we're going to be administering. And I can't even begin to tell you all of the programs that we're going to be rolling out over this next year. And what we're going to do is we're going to change up things a little bit. As I've been mentioning to everyone, I want you guys to step up to the plate and I want you to become pro agents. Why do I want you to be a pro agent so bad? Because all I will be talking to is pro agents. I will be assigning all of the standard agents, and we have about 735 or 50, somewhere in that number, of standard agents that I will be assigning to everyone who steps up to the plate to become a pro agent. Of course, I don't have to go over it, although I will. There will be a time I'm going to go over it, but I'm just going to say we have a baker's dozen of benefits that we're going to give you that has gone way past 12, way past 13. We're passing 15 items that we're going to be giving to the people who step up to a pro agent. But one of the main important things is if you're a pro agent and you build a team underneath you, either with our help or on your own, um, you will be getting a 50% override on all of those people that you bring in or all of the people that I assign to you. So it is going to be to your great, great benefit to spend some time in your back office, learning your back office, learning what software we have. When you go to our back office from the top to the bottom, the top four buttons, you should be so familiar with those top four buttons. Your game plan, I don't think that's what they call it. Your I think action steps, I think they call it. Available documents and available training and one other. You should be familiar with those top four buttons. You need to be practicing them every single day because there's so many products that are existing in our program with documentation, with flyers, with applications that you need to be on top of those things. In addition to all of those things that we are going to be releasing new programs all the time. And the one program that I am super, super excited about right now today, a week ago and 2 days, Monday last week, it was just a thought, just an idea. And we've already overwhelmed the system. The system is not built yet. So I'm talking about the personal term loan for credit challenged people. We still have the personal term loan and for A class paper, but we also now have a personal term loan for credit challenged people. That's why it's PTLCC. Now, in your invitation today, you have an application. You have one of the PTLCCs attached to it. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do what I want to do. It's saying no, it doesn't want me to do that. Um, oh, gee, how am I going to do this? Okay, I'll try it this way. I'm going to try it this way, and I'm going to see. Uh, okay, maybe this way, and maybe like this. Oops, come on, come on. Ah, good. All right, Jeff, can you see my screen?
We see it, but it's a black screen mostly.
Okay, then you're not seeing my screen
It
yet.
wasn't. We did see it. You had an email on there, but the email went away.
I'm trying to share my screen. They made this thing so difficult. I can't believe why they made it so difficult.
They made it a challenge just for you.
They made it a challenge just for me. Thank you very much. I love that. Okay, now it should be showing my screen. Is it?
It's showing your screen, but it's a big black area, 90%,
Okay, so
and then we see
you're
it.
not seeing the email that you guys got.
No, we saw it at first a while ago, and then it went away. We can just see the outline of it now.
Yikes. I, okay, let me try it this way. How about that?
We see the invite to today's meeting.
That's what I'm talking about. Are you seeing the invite for today's meeting?
Yes, I see the red top of it.
Okay. Can you see the blue now?
See your picture in the blue.
All right, good. That was so easy to do. Thank you so much,
Couldn't have
Zoom.
done it without me, huh?
Yeah, thank you. Well, thank you so much, Zoom, for making it so easy for me to do. Um, I love it. Okay, I'm gonna try to move along quickly. I don't want to waste a whole lot of time because I've got so much to talk about. Oh my God, this is the wrong one. Oh my God, this is the wrong one. Oh, boo. Okay,
Yeah.
well, you guys need to just go to your invitation for today. And I didn't want the what if part up there. I wanted it to say available for business, available for personal, and what if we could fund folks with less than perfect credit. That's what I edited it to say, and that's not the one I've got on the screen. I'm sorry, but that's the way it is. But we don't want you to miss out on the beta test going on right now. We've just released the program. It's very similar to the 125% buy, fix, and flip. We're going to be giving people anywhere from $3,000 to $50,000 on the left hand money. If anyone remembers the story of the 125%, we give up to $100,000. My average is 75,000 in the left hand, and then the main amount of money, the acquisition fund, we put in the right hand. So right now we have come up with so many people don't have the money to fill the gap between the application for the product that they want, whether it's a mortgage, and the down payment. So they don't have the down payment. And what we're going, and some of them are credit challenged and they cannot get on our flagship product. So they end up getting declined for the flagship product and then they discouraged and then they don't do the mortgage either. So we lose out on both. This program is designed that even if they do get declined for the flagship program because they don't have a 680 or 700 FICO, no derogatories, no under 50% credit utilization, If they don't have A class paper and they get declined, they usually don't take the mortgage either, and because they don't have the down payment. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be allowing them to get the down payment in their left hand, even if they're credit challenged. And then we're going to be able to get the commission, which will be a couple of $100 on the basic product, which is now personal term loan, PTL CC. PTL stands for personal term loan, credit challenged, for people who do not have a 700 FICO, people that have under 680 FICO. Maybe they have 650 or 600 or 550 FICO. We're going to be able to get those people some money so that they have left hand money. And then when they find the property that they want and they apply for the capital to get the property that they want, they can have all the way down to a 600 FICO and still get the property and have money in their hand, cash money in their hand as a down payment, as a security, as working capital, as paying off taxes or closing costs, or to be able to show that they have capital in reserves. They have reserves to make the payments. Um, it's unfortunate that I'm showing you the wrong screen, but I don't want to waste any more time looking for the right screen. But there is no out-of-pocket expense on this program. Your client or you are billed after you receive your money. So you don't even have to reach into your pocket to apply for this program. You can get the money right away, even if you are less, if you have less than perfect credit. So if your clients, and I think that's more than just a few of them, have less than perfect credit, they are no longer shut out of the real estate investing market. They are no longer shut out of the business market, because this can be applied to real estate. This can be applied to business. This can be applied to personal. This can literally be applied to every aspect, everything that you can possibly do. You can apply this. Somebody asked me, well, could I apply it to buying Christmas presents? Yes, you can. So, so everyone should be as excited as I am. I am super, super excited about this program. And you have the attachment attached to this invitation. If you've got the invitation, if you're here on the call today, it's because you probably got the invitation, or you were invited by somebody that was smart enough to know that if he brings you in, they've got a client. They've got a couple of $100 commission right off the bat, and it could get up to $1,000 commission. But right away, they've got a couple of $100. Up, 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 up. I don't know what just happened to that person. I tried to admit somebody, but I can't keep doing two or three things at once. Okay, um, we're going to show you how, I hope, to fill out this application. I hope, if I got my ducks in a row. But before I do, um, Jeff, do you want to tell me about the guy, Bob, who wants to use the money in a different sort of way? Jeff.
Which Bob? I'm talking to more than one Bob.
Well, how many Bobs? I don't know. Bob H. I
Oh,
think. Who sent me an email this
I
morning,
am not.
Jeff? You were supposed to
That
tell
was
me
me.
about it yesterday, but you didn't.
I've got the man trying to buy a hunting lodge. Are you talking
Okay.
about him?
Okay. Um, 2 people are in the waiting room. I'm going to try to view the waiting room, and then I'm going to try to let them in. Okay, that's what happened. That's what happened.
Okay.
Okay, see where Jeff doesn't want to cooperate. Bob has a program.
I'm
It's
like,
Bob has his program, and he's got hundreds of thousands of people who are out of work right now. And those hundreds of thousands of people that are out of work right now are looking for something to do so that they can earn some money. And Bob has a company that needs funding in order to fund the people that want to come on board. So I'm going to call it an MLM. I don't know that to be a fact, but if it's an MLM or multi-level marketing, if it's a home-based business, or if it's a computer network business, guess what, guys? We do startups. We can fund a home based business. Nobody on the planet wants to talk to anybody who wants to start a home based business. Nobody but us. So, with all the hundreds of thousands of millions of people who are out of work right now, a lot of them are going to be trying to do whatever they can do to make a living. Some of them are going to turn to computer home based businesses. Some of them are going to be on internet business. Some of them are going to be on network marketing. Some of them are going to be on any way they can make a living. And the one thing that all businesses need is working capital. You need working capital to sign up with that company. You need working capital to start advertising your product so that you can market that company. You need working capital to pay yourself while you're working. You need working capital to pay the bills. If you even if you're working out of your home, on your own computer, on your own internet, you need working capital. How many millions of people are out of work right now? Can anybody tell me that? Just unmute yourself, yell out your name. Tell me how many you think are out of work. I hear
33
crickets.
million.
Okay, who was that?
Herman, 33 million.
33 million. I can't count that high, Herman. That's how many opportunities you have right now, right before your very eyes, right now. All you have to do is connect with those people. And how you want to make sure this program really works before you connect with those people. I got a great idea. If you're going to be marketing, you're going to need working capital too. So why don't you apply? Attached to this invitation at the bottom, there is an application. The application is a fillable application, meaning you can fill it out by simply clicking on it and filling it out. I'm going to try desperately to see if I can find it. I ended up messing up a minute ago. Oh, pooh, I don't. There, I see it. Let us see if this works. Let us see if this works. I don't know if it's gone. It looks like it might work. Okay, Jeff, are you seeing my screen?
it's a black screen again.
God have
There, I
mercy.
can tell there's an email behind it, but I can't see it.
How about now?
Now I see it.
You see,
PTL personal term loan, A paper 680 or above.
it says 680 or above. Okay, so the thank you, Jeff. That's what I want. This with the light blue fields is what's called a fillable PDF. You can market in any way you want: social media, Craigslist, your local newspaper, the want advertisers, any way that you can think that you can advertise. You need to advertise for folks who need money. There's 33 million people who need money right now. So you've got a huge opening. And for all of those people who might be thinking about opening a business, they can use the personal term loan to open up a business if they have A class paper, which means they have 680, 700 or above, and they fit all of these criteria. But wait, Frank, I don't fit any of those. I can't answer yes to any of these questions. If you can answer yes to these questions above, return the following items, and there's a list of things you need. But Frank, I can't. Well, then good. Let's go down here for the PTL for credit challenged people. Welcome, Clinton. So the PTL for credit challenged people is working capital, and it's for C class paper, in other words, under 680, and it's good for 3,000, 5,000, 10,000, 20, 30,000, or as much as they can get. And they can apply for this. And it's a simple application. You just click on it, fill out the application. All of these fields are fillable. You fill out the application and you submit it, and we start to work on your uh, loans. The system we need is the credit. We call it Easy Credit Report. We do need for you or your client, either one, to pull their own credit report so that you do not get a hit. We don't want to we don't want to create a hard credit inquiry. We don't want to do that. So what we do is we have you pull your own credit and you submit the login and password and the last four of your social security, and we'll be able to log into your credit, and we'll be able to get your credit, pull your credit up, and then get you approved for the maximum amount of money. I've said an awful lot in a very short period of time. I hope I wasn't going too fast, but this program is not quite finished yet. It's still in beta. There's still things that we don't know, what we don't know yet. That's why I need people to start doing it so that we can hit roadblocks, hit stone walls, figure out how to get around them, and figure out how to release it. Because on the first of the year, we're going to launch this live. And on the first of the year, I'm going to do a promotion. I'm going to do a kick butt promotion to produce this live because this is phenomenal. Next thing is that was all personal up there. What if you already have a business? What if you already have a business? Um, Somebody just came in and distracted me. Okay, if you already have a business, you can. Um, I'm going to put a lock on that door. I'm going to have to put a lock on that door. Get out. All right. Okay. So, okay, we have got to, if you already have a business, then you can use this funding for business purposes as well. You just tell us whether it's an S Corp, C Corp, an LLC, sole proprietor, or self-employed. This is available for both business and personal. You have this application attached to the invitation that you've got. I noticed some misspelled words, but it's okay. We're working on getting this thing done and getting it done right. Um, that's it. Do we have any questions on how do you fill this out or how do you get this into
Frank,
people's hands?
Frank, I have one question. Can an applicant do both personal and business at one time?
Unfortunately, this is not finished yet, but yes, there's going to be business check mark, personal check mark, or both. There's going to be business, personal, both. Yes, the answer is yes. Business, personal, or both.
So
They'll
you
be,
could get two loans.
they will get two loans, two completely different loans. One
Okay.
loan is going to be for the personal, and they can use it for anything they want. One loan will be for the business, and they can use it for any business purpose that they want.
Now, for instance, I have a DBA and LLC.
Yes. So you want to be able to, you have an LLC in one name, is that correct?
Right,
And then you have a DBA in a different name, is that correct?
correct.
And so the answer is yes, you can get two loans for one company, it, which is contrary to our UBF program. You can only do one of the UBF program, and that's A class paper. This is a C class paper. You can do more than one company.
Question. I want to know, we have a lot of people who are out of work. They were able to produce pay stubs, but they may have been out of work for the last 4 months, but they have good credit. How do we go about handling that?
Okay, let's back up a little bit. This PTL is for A class paper with 680 and above. This starts at 50,000 and goes up to 200,000.
Mm-hmm.
This C class paper doesn't require any of this. This C class
Okay.
paper starts at 3,000 and goes up to 50,000, or the max that they can get.
Okay.
So the answer is, if they're filling out the PTLCC, don't worry about any of this up here. If they do have 680, they get good credit, and they haven't had any pay stubs in the last 6 months, well, they're not going to be able to do this program.
Okay.
We do have other programs, but if they have to put a no there, then you know we're not going to. This won't work for them. The
Okay.
PTLA paper, but the
All right.
PTLCC will.
Okay. Thank you.
Great question. Who else has a question? All right. Well, we've stopped right at the half-hour point, which is how I like to do it, and people are still coming in, and that's great news. Um, I don't know what else to say. This is a pretty simple program. It's pretty dynamic. I'm going to tell you a little something else about how we're selling it. As I said, I just want everyone to understand we are still in beta testing right now. You have to understand we're in beta testing. We will hit a brick wall. We will hit a roadblock. We will find out what we don't know that we don't know. That's what beta testing is all about, is exposing the 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 things that need to be fixed, the things that need to be worked on. So we're in that phase right now. We're in the beta testing right now. So um, so you have to be lenient with us. Eventually, when we do this, we're going to have approvals in 48 hours, and then 3 to 5 business days after the approval, people should have cash deposited directly into their bank account. They'll give us a
I
bank
have a
account
question.
and we'll deposit the cash. Go ahead.
How is the repayment plan work? How does the repayment plan work? And also, where is the funds coming from?
that that isn't really a very funny question, but I had a very funny answer in my mind, which I won't do because it was sarcasm. The funds are coming from multiple and varied sources. So some of them are private lending, private funding, some of them are institutional funding. There are a number of banks and resources. I should use the word resources more than the word bank, but there are a number of resources that we're tapping into that are willing to put up the funds for this program. So I don't know specifically, I couldn't tell you specifically where your specifically application will come from, where the money will come from, but it'll be one of those many sources. Now, the first part of your question is, how do you make payment arrangements? Well, when let's see if I can get a blue sky. Let's see if I can get a blue sky to come up. Oh, blue sky, give me a blue sky. That's Q&A. There's a blue sky. Oh, I can't do that. That's an actual client. Um,
Right now, you've got the black box over the email.
Good. I'm glad because I almost showed you a client. I couldn't do that because it was an approval. Actually, it was a $50,000 approval. Let's see if that's okay. All right. I'm sorry. I can't. What happens is, what happens is we call a blue sky. What that is when somebody is approved, we get a blue approval letter. So I call that my blue skies. So when I get a blue sky, that is an approval letter. On the approval letter, it'll tell you the actual terms and conditions. The terms can be 3 to 5 years. The payback can be, the interest rate could be as little as 5%. But if they've got really poor credit, it could be as much as 35% and everything in between. So I can't specifically answer that question specifically, but what I can say
That's good
is,
enough.
okay, good. That's good. All right. Well, thank you for letting me off the hook. I had a little pressure there. Okay.
Frank?
Yes, go ahead.
This is Jeff. My understanding, and I'm asking this for the new prospects on the call. My understanding is the prospect will apply. The prospect will most likely receive something, 3,000, 50,000, someplace in between. They have not borrowed it, not been funded until they accept it. They have not paid anything until they accept it. And they could reject it if they don't like the interest rate or something like that. I don't know why they do that though, because if you got low credit and you want to borrow money, there's not very many places to go. In fact, there's none except this.
Okay. So can you see the screen now? Can you see the rate and term?
Yes, rates and terms.
Okay. Can you read this last line to me?
Where it starts with benefit they will derive from obtaining the business credit according to the rate and terms presented. It is also up to the client to determine the loss to their business or person if they do not accept the approved credit.
And they have to assign, they've got to put their initials there. So the answer is you almost nailed it. You got 99% nailed it. It's up to them to accept or reject the offers that we get. This basically is second chance finance. It's under my second chance finance program. There is no third chance. So if you get the opportunity to get the money, and look at who's here, Bob H. Okay. All right. So your guy, Bob H. Jeff, that you couldn't know who.
Oh, okay. Good.
Okay. All right. Frank, focus. Focus, Frank. Okay. It's up to the client to make up their mind whether or not they want the money. This is second chance finance. There is no third chance. So if they don't accept the money, the chances are very strong that they're not going to be able to get the money anywhere. If they don't get it from us, they're probably not going to get the money anywhere. And if they need the money for whatever their reason is, only they know the reason. they have to initial this understanding that there is no third chance. Okay, this is the money, and it's going to be whatever it's going to be, and it could be 5%, which is soft money, or it could be 35%, which is hard money, and it could be anything in between. Now, you almost 99% nailed it, Jeff. The only thing that you didn't say is we don't get paid, we don't even bill them until after they got their money. So they already have their money in their hand before we even bill them the 9.9% that we've been doing for the last 15 years. This fee is a one-time success fee. It's not an API, it's not a percentage, it's not any of that. It's a one-time success fee for 9.9%, and we get that after the money is already in their bank account. So they never have to reach into their pocket. They never have to do any of that. The money is theirs and it's good to go. But you almost 99% nailed it. Now you can nail it 100%. Any other questions? Great questions.
Frank, this is Regina.
Hi, Regina.
Hi, how are you? Well, fantastic program. Awesome, actually. Nonprofit, what type of business? So where would we annotate that? Or put detailed business description for this is also for nonprofit, correct?
See, this is why we have a beta test. That's a super question. Means I need to have another line on this application. That was a super question. I know that you're an expert at that nonprofit, so that's why. But the nonprofit could go for churches. I never even thought about it. Could be go for churches. It could be go for childcare. It could be go for adult care. I mean, it could be going for a lot of different things. Thank you, Regina. I didn't even think about that. Great
You're
question.
welcome.
Great question. I don't know the answer right now. That's why beta testing. We don't know what brick
Okay.
wall we're going to hit. So that
So
sounds good.
so is it okay to mention it to some nonprofit? I have a conference call this evening. That's what I was asking.
I would say yes. I would say go ahead and do it. Now
Okay.
it may because we don't know. It may not
Okay.
come under the umbrella of the nonprofit, but if the person wants to be the one, if the owner of the company needs $30,000 to make their dream come true, they may not mind that they put the $30,000 on themselves privately as opposed to in the nonprofit. However, I'm not saying that the nonprofit won't work. It may very well work.
Okay, because this is one organization that comprise of 20 to 30 nonprofit organization. So it's a national organization that has members in 50 states. So you
Wow.
want me to wait?
No, I want you to go ahead and present it, and then
Okay,
let's get one application in, because you,
I understand.
it's when the rubber meets the road that we get the real answer. The
Gotcha.
people will say
Okay,
whatever they want to say, but when we actually submit one, that will be the real answer.
okay, thank you.
I would definitely say yes, and you can handwrite in on this application that they are not type it in wherever, that they're a
Okay,
nonprofit. Great
all right,
question, Regina. Great question.
thank you.
So, Regina, I've got a question for you. When are you going to apply for yours?
Momentarily.
Thank you. That's what I wanted to hear.
I
That's,
know,
that's what I
I
want to hear
know.
from everybody. We need people to put in applications for themselves. You're not going to get declined. You won't even get an inquiry. This is great. The only thing that can happen is something good. Nothing bad can happen. Is only good can happen. You can either going to get the money or you won't, but you're not going to get a decline. You're not going to get an inquiry. It's fantastic.
What is the turnaround time on the beta?
Um, Beta testing is, we don't know how many speed bumps there are in the road of life. We don't know that. So right now, I am claiming that we're in the beta testing program time. We can get approvals in as little as 48 hours. When we have all four wheels on this wagon, and we don't have them on yet, we'll probably be able to sail through and get them in 24 to 48 hours, the approvals, and we'll be able to get the funds in your account in 3 to 5 business days. Right now, there are folks on the call right this minute that have been waiting more than 48 hours. And I swear we are in the beta testing. We don't know what we don't know yet. We don't know what speed bump we're going to hit yet. So you cannot get a commitment out of me, Reggie. All I can say is when all four wheels are on the car, we'll be able to fly down the highway and get them in 24 to 48 hours and 3 to 5 business days. The money will be cash money will be in your account.
Frank, this is Jeff. In years in my talking this week, I got the impression that the prospect, with the help of the agent, should be sure and answer every question, because if they don't, it may bounce back to them and that would cause a delay.
Thank you, Jeff. Sometimes people will think that it's not important if I don't stick in my income, or it's not important about if I don't tell them how often I get paid or what my job title is. Um, this system is the beginnings of a fully automated system, meaning we're talking to a machine. So if the machine is looking for title position and it's blank, it has this little circle thing that goes like this, and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting until you put something in that field. And if you don't put anything in that field, it'll just keep waiting and waiting and waiting, and it won't go forward. Yes. If you're doing this for yourself, make absolutely certain you have something in every field so that the machine is not waiting for you to put something in it. Because what has to happen is we're going to stop, we're going to call you. I'm going to call Jeff. Jeff's going to call you. That's a daisy chain already. You're going to give Jeff the answer. He's going to call me when he can, and I'll call him back when I can, and then we'll get the answer. Wow, what a waste of time. So we don't want to do that. We want to make sure that there's something in each and every field. Thank you so much, Jeff. That is so
Hey, Frank.
important. Yes, sir. Who's this?
This is Clarence, Wichita,
Hey,
Kansas.
hey, Clarence.
I just want to say quickly, machines can't pardon unless they are programmed to. Only humans can do that.
You're right. You're
You know.
absolutely right.
And I also want to say thank you to Sister Flynn for joining us today. God bless you. We appreciate that.
Thank you, Sister Flynn, for coming. I did see you come in. Thank you. All right. Any other questions?
You're welcome, Clarence.
All right.
Gary from Orlando. Just quick question. Where do we download the app?
It's on the application that you received today on the invitation to this webinar. It is
Okay,
attached. It is attached to that. And
I see it. I see it. I got it. Thank you. I see it. Thank you.
okay, great. Great questions. Great questions. That's how we're going to learn. That's how we're going to know what's going on and how we're going to what speed bumps we're going to see, what roadblocks we're going to see. The only way we're going to know it is to actually do it. And when we do it, then we smooth out all the wrinkles. Everything becomes just absolutely fantastic.
Frank, this is Jeff. I know we have some guests on here today. So you talked about the credit report a while ago and showed the link. What if the prospect already has a recent credit report from some other company besides that one? Do they need to use this one specifically?
Well, my first inclination, Jeff, is to say yes. And the reason is because we can manipulate things in this particular company. We can do what if scenarios. For example, what if I pay off this $15 cell phone bill? What would that do for my credit? Well, if we click on it, we find out, gee, if they paid off a $15 cell phone bill, they'll have $1,000 more credit. Duh, that would be a dumb thing not to pay off that. We might tell them, hey, pay off that $15 credit and you'll get an extra $1,000. So that's why we like that program. Can we use other people? The answer is the truthful answer is yes, we can use other people, and yes, we can use other reports. Um, I'm not sure how effective it would be to do so when you can get this one for $1. You can cancel it in 7 days. When all four wheels are on the wagon, you'll be paid before this cancellation date comes up. You'll already have got your money. If God forbid we miss it, it's only $27.99, and it's got so many other things involved in that particular company, like $1 million worth of fraud protection if anyone steals your identity, and many other good features. So some people, when they try it, they're probably going to like it and keep it. Nonetheless, the answer, your true 100% true answer is more than likely we will be able to use it. It just it potentially, um, yeah, more than likely we will be able to use it, but I don't want to.
Well, my experience says we could use any of them, but the company behind this one is easier to interpret and understand, and that makes it easier for the funding company.
Well, with 36 plus years in credit, I didn't want to say that, but yes, that's right. You can overlook things that just are so blatant on somebody else's credit report because they're hidden in certain places that you ain't looking. And it's easy to make big mistakes. So yeah, you got it. I didn't really confess to that, but it's true. It's much easier when you know where everything is on a page. You don't have to go hunting for it. You're absolutely right. Good questions, everyone. I'm way past the half hour, and I'll talk as long as you guys will listen. But
Oh, Frank,
yes,
I'm
sir.
sorry. I got one more question. I remember you mentioning identity IQ. What if someone set up a account with them for the 7-day trial? Would that still be sufficient?
Yes, that's what we're
Okay.
talking about. That's what this is. This is actually Identity IQ. It's my link
Oh,
to
okay.
Identity
Okay. Okay.
IQ. But if you've
Okay.
already got Identity IQ, that's perfect. That'll work.
Okay. Thanks a lot, man. Appreciate it.
All right. Okay. Well, I don't really have anything else to say. This is a drop dead simple program to use. I'm just gonna run over just like 5 more minutes, less than 5 minutes. The way this program will work is you'll advertise it however you want to advertise it. When you get a client, we'll ask them to go look at a 2 minute video, 2 to 3 minute video. We'll have a video available for you guys so you don't have to explain it. You don't have to know anything about it. You just tell them to go to the 2 to 3 minute video. And if they watch that video, it'll answer all their questions. At the end of the video, this application will appear and they'll have the ability to fill out this application. If they don't fill it out, you will be informed that they didn't fill it out. And then you'll have the opportunity to contact them again. Or if they have more questions, we'll have the ability to put them into a 30-minute webinar. It's called a evergreen webinar. I'm sure you've all been on one, whether you knew it or not. It looks and feels and sounds like a live webinar, but actually they're pre-recorded and they have all kinds of crazy things going on to make you think it's a live webinar, but it's pre-recorded. And during that webinar, they'll have 4 quadrants. the 4 quadrants. At the end of each quadrant, they'll tell you to go sign up. They'll give you answer a bunch of questions, tell you to go sign up. What? You're still here? Answer some more questions, go sign up 4 times. At the end of the 4 times, you'll be notified that your client was stayed to the very end of the webinar, but they didn't sign up yet. Then that means you'll call your client and you'll say, so what happened? And they'll say, I just wanted to talk to you. And then they'll sign up. So there you go. That's it. It's like 1, 2, 3, ABC, easy.
Frank, this is Jeff. Got one thing in the chat. Cassandra Johnson said, can you please call me after the meeting? I assume she means you, but I'm not sure.
No, she wants you to call her. I know what you want, Cassandra. Yes, I did get your application for your lease. Yes, we are doing a million other things in addition to this. We do everything we've always done, and I did get your lease, Cassandra, and if I have time, I will. I don't mean to be rude to anybody, but I mean, I am over my head trying to get all 4 wheels on this wagon. And the sooner I get the wheels on the wagon, the sooner we'll release it. And we're going to release it. I believe the first of the year, we're going to have a hard release with a tremendous push behind it, a great campaign. Okay, guys, any other questions before I say goodbye?
This is Regina, once again, before you say goodbye. Is the form is returned to you, or is it an automatic submission? Does it goes to a portal?
Right now, today, it's being returned to me. Eventually, it'll go straight to a portal. They'll get their approval like as fast as we can do it. As I said,
Okay.
24 to 48 hours when it's all up and running. But right now, it's got to go to me, and then it's got to go to somebody else. It's got to go to
Okay.
you, whatever. I don't know. So,
All right, got it. Okay,
okay.
thank you.
Thank you. All right, guys.
One more question, Frank.
At the end of
One more
every
quick
call,
question.
yes, go ahead. Go ahead.
When do you project? When do you project the video to be ready?
When you let me off the phone.
Reggie wanted to know.
When you guys let me go back to work, you gotta let
Bye,
me go
Frank.
to work.
Bye.
God bless
Sorry.
everyone. Bye now.
Bye.
Make some noise.
Woo-hoo.
Yippee, yippee.